Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman and Ranking Member Fox. And thank you, Secretary Cardona, for being here today. I want to remind you of your commitment to come to Miami to visit our phenomenal school district. Thank you. Secretary Cardona, I spoke with an amazing young lady from Miami Gardens who shared with me that she continues to see her student loan balances grow, even when she's making monthly payments due to interest, capitalization, and negative amortization. After that, my staff met with more than 7 national organizations, including New America, who have written about this issue to discuss how we can fix our student loan repayment system for current and future borrowers dealing with this issue. In these discussions, we learned just how dire this issue has become in our country. Like the young lady from Miami Gardens and so many other Floridians, borrowers are experiencing extraordinary hardships because their monthly payments are not enough to cover accruing interest. As a result, their balances balloon even as they make regular payments. Can you talk about how together Congress and the Department of Education can address this issue? And how do you propose we deal with this?
Thank you for that. And I do remember the commitment to visit the 305 and see you there. I've heard stories in my visits of folks who are doing their best to pay. And as you mentioned, the interest rates just balloon. So they lose hope in that they're ever gonna finish paying their loans. This is part of the problem that we're trying to fix at the root cause and make sure that Americans are not afraid of going to college because of the costs. The system is broken, and this is an example of one of the ways it's broken. As you know, the department cannot set interest rates, right? That is something that is set by Congress. But what we're doing is making sure that we have regulations that have fair treatment of interest, including capitalization, so borrowers don't see their balances go out of control. And we're also looking at the interest benefits of income-driven repayment. And I think this is a part that I want to focus a little bit on, because income-driven repayment, in layman's terms, says you don't pay more than you can afford. And I think many times people are afraid of going to college because they're getting these bills which are too high for them to consider buying a house, buying a car, or having families. So we need to control that. It's gotten out of control, and we're working really hard with the authorities that we have to make it more accessible to students, but also make it more affordable. We'd love to continue to work with you and others on Congress to see how we can fix that so our borrowers don't have this issue anymore.
So just to sum it up, as Subcommittee Chair of Higher Education and Workforce Innovation, I'm going to be looking forward to working with you and Chairman Scott to deliver on these much needed changes. We have to make changes. We cannot continue in this vein. Secretary Cardona, as you know all too well, the gun violence that's plaguing our schools and communities is just out of control. The citizens of this country have had enough of our thoughts and prayers. They deserve better. They deserve action. So we're here today for policy solutions and action. It's beyond time. It's beyond time that spineless Republican colleagues end their extramarital affair with the gun lobby and help us pass gun reform in this country. Instead, they offer senseless policies that don't address the gun violence epidemic our communities are facing. Just yesterday, they were calling for arming teachers and resource officers. Mr. Secretary, like you, as a former school principal and teacher, we know that's not the answer. What does the department need from Congress to ensure that when kids pick up their pencils and take out their books, it won't be their last time doing so?
Thank you, Congresswoman. I'll tell you, I was a school principal during the Sandy Hook massacre, and the impact that had in our community, I can't put it into words. Educators go to school to work, to help children, socially, academically. We need to make sure that, number one, our professions are respected. And the solution of arming teachers, in my opinion, is further disrespect to a profession that's already beleaguered and not feeling the support of so many folks. We need to make sure we're empowering our teachers to be successful at teaching our children. And we need to work together. I think what Americans want to see is collaboration and bipartisan working together to do action. As you said, thoughts and prayers are not enough anymore. We need to stop that. We need to get to work. Americans are looking to us for answers, and we must deliver.
Thank you. I yield back, Mr. Chair.